Picture this: London, October 17th, 1814. It's an ordinary Monday in the bustling St. Giles neighborhood. But in the heart of the city, at the Meux Brewery, a disaster of truly bizarre proportions is about to erupt. This isn't a story about fire or plague. This is the day London drowned in a tidal wave of beer. Inside the brewery, workers moved among colossal wooden vats, some towering over 20 feet high. The largest of these giants held a staggering 1.4 million litres of dark fermenting porter ale. For months it had stood strong, but on this fateful afternoon the immense pressure became too much. With a deafening crack, a massive iron hoop binding the vat snapped. Seconds later, the ancient wood gave way, and the vat exploded in a violent eruption of beer. The initial blast was just the beginning. The force of the explosion triggered a catastrophic chain reaction, smashing into neighboring vats and tearing them apart. The brewery walls shattered as a geyser of frothy, dark liquid burst forth. A tidal wave of beer, estimated to be 15 feet high, crashed out of the brewery and roared into the surrounding streets. The St. Giles area was one of London's poorest slums, a maze of narrow alleys and overcrowded tenements. It was completely unprepared for this surreal deluge. The torrent of ale surged down the streets, sweeping away everything in its path. Carts, barrels, and even the flimsy walls of homes were demolished by the unstoppable brown tide. The real tragedy unfolded below ground. Many families lived in cramped basement apartments directly in the flood's path. For them, escape was nearly impossible. The beer crashed through brick and timber, trapping people in a rising, suffocating sea. In one heartbreaking case, a mother and her young daughter were having tea in their cellar when the wave hit. They both drowned before anyone could reach them. By the time the floodwaters subsided, at least 8 people had lost their lives, not to fire or flood, but to beer. In the immediate aftermath, chaos reigned. Survivors emerged from the wreckage, soaked and disoriented. Some stories even tell of people scooping up the free-flowing ale with pots and pans, a brief, morbid novelty before the grim reality set in. When the brewery was taken to court, the incident was shockingly ruled an act of God. Meux and Company was found not liable, and they even received a tax break to cover their losses. This verdict was a bitter pill for the victims' families, highlighting the deep inequalities of the time, where industrial profits often outweighed the lives of the poor. The London beer flood slowly faded from public memory, overshadowed by grander historical events. The brewery itself was eventually demolished, and today the Dominion Theatre stands where the great vats once stood. But the story serves as a bizarre and poignant reminder of the hidden dangers of the Industrial Revolution. It's a cautionary tale that shows how progress can sometimes lead to the most unexpected and tragic of consequences. History, it turns out, is often stranger than fiction. Thanks for joining us on this dive into one of history's oddest disasters. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more forgotten tales from the past. See you in the next one.